therapists don't know how far behind the rest of the industry and healthcare is in knowing what we're capable of, value we're capable of adding. Meaning, you know how they say you make assumptions, you make an ass out of you and me. I think we are, as an industry, so deep in the assumption bucket that we have kind of turned, and I'll explain what I mean after I say this. We've kind of turned it as we're on the defensive, right? Like the way I think about it is this. A way I've thought about all of value when I use the term value-based care all the time, but what I essentially mean is doing more of what creates more longitudinal value for patients and for the health system so we get better outcomes. That's the bottom line, right? But I think about it like this. Therapists are never going to survive making at the max $100 an hour or per visit, right? It's a dead end. It's not going, that's only going to get worse, not better, if we think that fee for service is going to be the solution for this profession. It is just not. So for therapists to have a general idea of the landscape, I'm then counting on them to start thinking innovatively like this therapist that you brought up, who I think we're both talking about. Meaning, if you can grab onto the concept that it is not intentional, that the physician community or the health system community does not realize that if you take us and put us in front of patients sooner, when they have pain and movement problems and the, gait issues, et cetera, if you put us in front of them immediately and you then compare that same type of person to another one that gets sent right to an ortho and has a CT scan and has an aspiration and has like some other intervention, then you look at the outcomes compared to the spend. It is a stark market difference. And there are smart people that care a lot about that. We have to get that information in a digestible way using the same data that those who are looking at these things are comfortable with, bring it to them, and then once we prove our capability, then we get into different types of arrangements where we're being reimbursed because we are avoiding other care. And that's, I talk a lot about PT and primary care for a good reason. Primary care brings much, much more revenue to the primary care site when and if they create more value to the health system, to the payer. Really, what we're talking about is the payer. The hospitals, they very hard time winning in the situation. Our job and where we can earn more money from the payers is by showing, simply in the same way, using claims data, using avoidance data, showing payers, showing at-risk providers how we prevent the spend that they don't want to pay for. That's it, right? Physical therapy intervention at the right point in time in the place where therapists or patients are already going avoids high-cost specialty care. The worst, the most difficult specialty care to get control of, I would argue, is MSK, because the variability is like this. It's all over the place. And when things are highly variable, give a more, predictable solution, we win. But we have to be willing to think that way. Think the way payers and at-risk providers are thinking and simplify this.
If you'd like to learn more about Strata PT and see how our EMR and RCM works, head over to stratapt.com to book a demo.